Talking Points memo is about President Biden's mental state. So based upon what I went through with my mother, I believe, and I could be desperately wrong, and perhaps I'm irresponsible for saying this, but I believe that President Biden has early stage dementia. All right? We'll have a medical doctor on tomorrow, talk about my opinion. Dementia is not one specific disease. It's not like Alzheimer's disease. Okay? It's an umbrella where elderly people, sometimes not so elderly, decline mentally. All right? So one of the early symptoms is memory loss, but most senior citizens have memory loss. So it's a hard line to walk. In my mother's situation, what I saw was a very slow deterioration from early 80s to early 90s. She died 92, where my mother withdrew from the world. Now, I kept her comfortable in her own home, 24/7 care. She didn't have to do anything. Okay? All she had to do was go into the living room and watch television or whatever, listen to the radio, and then go to the kitchen for meals. That's it. And I was happy to do it because my mother was a saint and did so many good things. But it was frustrating because I would go over and have a conversation with my mother who recognized me, but really couldn't hold a conversation. And she didn't have any interest in doing that either. Most of the time she was asleep. So a person in early stage dementia demonstrates they have difficulty in thinking things through. Like you can't say, well, what do you want to do tomorrow, Mom? No, that's not happening, okay? Sometimes they can't find the right words. They stammer and stutter. They can't remember the word. And they get lost. So if my mother went to church, even though she had gone for 50, 60 years to the same church, she'd get lost. I mean, you have to steer her in, that kind of thing. And finally, and this is where I picked it up with Joe Biden, you lose interest in your surroundings. Joe Biden has no interest in solving the border problem. None. If he did, he would have done it 2.5 years ago. Whenever you ask Joe Biden about the border, he'll say, I need more money, or it's Congress's fault. There's no interest. No interest at all. Okay? He doesn't have any interest in solving Hamas-Israel. Doesn't, he'll read the words that are put in front of him. He can still do that. Not effectively, but he can do it. But he doesn't have any emotion. There's no emotion. The only time that reports say he shows emotion is with his son Hunter and Hunter's troubles. Now, as far as I know, the White House physician, Colonel Kevin O'Connor, okay, is never going to tell the American public that Joe Biden has any kind of mental deficiency at all. He's just not going to do it. All right? And there is no outcry from the media because they would rather have Biden with dementia than Trump. And that's true. Same thing with the Democratic Party, although it's a little bit different because the Democratic Party, if they had somewhere else to go, they go there, but they don't at this point. Now, that might change. And finally, Woodrow Wilson had a stroke in 1919. He actually had two, September 25th, and a big one on October 2nd. Incapacitated the President of the United States. Nobody knew. Nobody reported. White House doctor didn't say a word. Okay? So Edith, his wife, First Lady, took over running the government, even signed documents. All right? Now, Woodrow recovered a little bit, and the public finally got to know about his stroke 6 months after they happened. For 6 months, American public didn't know that the President of the United States was incapacitated. Now, that could never happen today. However, if you look at Joe Biden's schedule, there's nothing ever on it. He has no events. So this is rapidly becoming a major problem for this nation, a problem unreported by the mainstream media. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.